These are American black and tan coon hounds. This is the first original coon hound it was the black and tan. This is the way we show them. Try to get them stand like that, and we judge them by their feet, straightness of the legs, the length compared to the width, judge them by the ears. They can't have no white nowhere except a little bit in their chest, which this male here don't have none at all. I don't like my dogs to have it. But he's a 4-year-old dog, and I coon hunt him a whole lot more than I show him. I've made a grand champion out of him, and that's as far as I can go as far as showing him. So now all I do is hunt the old boy. But I'm a coon hunter, and people that don't know what coon hunting's all about, it's a nighttime thing. The coons travel, they will travel in the daytime, but most of the time, they're a night critter. And they'll come out anytime, sometimes just before dark, and we run them with dogs. And I got the black and tan. That's what my favorite was. That was the first dog I ever had, was a black and tan. So that's what I got now, and I started out with them, and I like them real well. And we'll load up probably most of the time 2 to 3 dogs. And we put tracking collars on them. We put lights on them. We'll turn them loose, and we hear them barking. They'll strike a track, and they'll run the coon. Sometimes he'll run up on a tree and go on, and they'll bark on that tree thumb and move on and track the coon on up. Run him to a tree, and when they get on it, and they'll change their bark. Most of the hounds will bawl on the track. And then when they get on the tree, they'll chop. They'll real fast bark on the tree. And we'll go to the tree, and if it leaves on like it is early season, we'll use red lens a lot of times to get the coons to look. They'll look at a red lens before they'll look at a real bright light. And we use a dim light. And we got coon squallers. We got all kind of equipment that we use. The coon squallers sometimes will make the coon look, and most of the time, if I tree them, I just leave them so I can run them again. If I kill him, I can't run him. I had a coon story I was going to tell. One night we were hunting. We run and treated coons. And a friend of mine tied his dog in under the tree, and he shot the coon 2 times. Couldn't see the coon real good because in early season, it leaves on. And we lost track of the coon. He told me, said, go down and untie my dog. We had the dog tied under the tree. When I bent down like this to get the snap to let the dog loose, the coon fell. I didn't hear it hit a limb or nothing, and it fell and hit me right behind the head. And it knocked me out. I was out for a good little bit, and the dogs was all over top of me, and a friend of mine told me, said I was out about 15 minutes before I come to. And he got me up and got me straightened out, and I got my hat back on. It was all down around my neck. They were laughing at me. And I felt kind of funny. That night coming home, I was used to the roads we were riding on. They were straight, but it looked like it had curves in it coming home. So I went on home, went to bed that night about 2 or 3 o'clock. Next morning when I went to get up, the bed started spinning with me. And I ended up having to go to the emergency room where I had a concussion where the coon had hit me. I was off from work for a couple of weeks, and I was on medicine for a couple of weeks, and I finally got straight. I do a lot of hunting on the national forest, and I like to see it protected because the coon, when it's clear cut and stuff, the coon won't stay in it much. They'll come in and feed some on the berries, but they cut their homes down when they cut the trees down. And I like to see it protected because the coons need the big trees for the dens to raise their young.